Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these charts. We're just going to look at Litecoin, to be honest with you. I know we do Patreon live streams twice a week, right? And my patrons, they bring charts. And a lot of the time charts are just sort of like your average altcoin doing what the market expects it to do. So nothing very convincing, especially at this period in the market. So yeah, I mean, most altcoins are doing exactly the same thing. Occasionally we get something which is doing something completely awesome on its own, and then occasionally we get something which defies reality, and it's Litecoin. It's unbelievable. So I couldn't believe it. One of the patrons brought it in, and when the ticker fell onto onto the screen, Litecoin, I was like, all smug and you know, scoffy, until I looked at it and I was like, oh wow, you're right, something's going on here. Something really is going on here. So what we have is we had our pump signal that was generated above the ITSI cloud. That goes back ages now, right? So that's finished with. That's done. And what we also see is a golden cross on this weekly. By the way, this is a weekly. And we're above all moving averages, all of them. The wick so far, like many other wicks, is enormous, and we've basically cleared all of these supports, and we're sitting above the 10 exponential. You can't say this for a lot of altcoins. You really can't. Most altcoins are either on or below their 20 weeklies, and those are the ones you want to try and avoid. So if this one looks this way right now, even after all this chaos has happened, you can imagine that if my general projection for the total 2, which is effectively the crypto market, turns out to be real, which is that we're going to continue with an uptrend between now and September of this year, then the strong coins are going to be the best ones to go for, right? Obviously, you'll get super tiny micro caps which will pump and then obviously dump, no doubt, in your face by thousands of percent. But if we're looking for charts and trends, then I think we've got one here. And again, I'm not going to take credit for it. It was brought to me on the Patreon. This is the beauty of these Patreon streams, and the beauty of having a group of people searching high and low for good setups. So this looks like an accumulation range now, doesn't it? When we look at it on a very, very, very long time frame. So since the beginning of the bull market, from high to low, effectively it's 163, but really we could measure it from about this area, which is about 114% range. You think, accumulation with 100% range? Absolutely. This is crypto, mate. This is how it works. You will accumulate within a 100% range very frequently. And what's the beauty of that? Well, the beauty is when you break out of an accumulation range like that, you'll be looking for hundreds of percent to the up. Now, a lot of people probably don't remember, or find it hard to remember, or maybe you weren't even born back here in crypto years. This is decades, but really this is 2019. When the bull market began back around there. So from the low to the high, it rallied over 200 days, 500%. Over the space of the duration of the bull market, 1,600%. Those were the days, weren't they? And crypto was amazing. These are the things that we're missing this time around, isn't it? We're just not seeing those kind of things. Now you might think, how... that's never going to happen. This is Litecoin. It's old, man. No one's going to buy a boomer coin, man. It's just not cool enough to do that, man. It doesn't solve any problems, man. It's just, that's what boomers buy. It's just rubbish, man. What you got to do is you got to buy this one, man, and this one, man, and you're like, all right, okay, yeah. You go and buy all of those. If they're down only charts and the chart just kind of goes blah, 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 like many of these are, yeah, there's a chance that when the market, being the total 2 crypto market, decides to turn around, it will also turn around. That's fine. But don't tell me that down-only chart that you're reflecting on is better than this. Now, I'm not talking about billions of percent here. I'm talking about trend. I'm talking about likelihood of success. I'm talking about strength. And actually, the reason I was loving this last night when it was showed to me, when we recognized this, was that there is so many people out there that are going to miss out on something like this because of its very nature of being Litecoin, right? Because it's just not cool. No one's going to be walking around with a Litecoin t-shirt on, are they? You know, and I can't imagine this video is even going to be watched by anybody. So it's almost pointless me making it. I'm making it for future reference for, you know, 2-3 months down the line. If this pump happens in all of crypto, this one's primed to actually rally pretty hard. So yeah, the daily again really hard the pump in. You know, you can see that even now it's only just started to have a bit of a convergence here of the moving averages between the 50 and the 200. It's really strong in its trend. And again, super bounce off the both of them. Now, there's no short, there is nothing like this to be had on that, and we've only just got a 4-hourly death cross. So yeah, that's a bit of a jip. You want to get above there sooner rather than later. If we can get above this moving average, or this price, and we'll call it $115, and the market remains static or even in an uptrend, you're going to start to see Litecoin getting ready for this turbo pump. Now we're just going to have a look at price targets, and then we'll leave it there. So the first major one is going to be this candle body high, which we've already seen. So that's already been done last month and this month, 126. The next one is going to be roughly around these candle body highs here. So we're talking about $200, a nice flat number. That's basically about 90 to 100% pump from way out right now. These candle bodies on the monthly will be the next 272. Once you break away from there, you are looking to new all-time highs. So we're talking 4, 5, 6, maybe even 1,000. But that's just for the clickbait. I'm not going to even say that because no one's going to watch this video anyway. So less people will watch it if I say something. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. Maybe I should say it's going to 1,000. I don't believe it's going to 1,000. All I'm telling you is that this is one of the stronger crypto charts out there. And when I refer about, you know, buying into strength, there is an option here to buy into strength. It's going to be subject to Bitcoin and whatever Bitcoin wants to do, which is going to be subject to whatever the broader markets are going to do, Forex. But just as I leave you now to carry on with the rest of your day, if we're going to reflect on Forex, we are going to have to reflect on the fact that the Dixie does look like it wants to come down at this stage now. We are losing that upwards momentum that we had, and we are consolidating, and we're going to make increments on the way down. And I expect that between now and end of year, we will find our way back down to 100 and below on the Dixie, which is going to be good for everybody. And this has all been part of the mega plan. And again, you know, just when these little turnarounds begin to happen, it's open to interpretation. It's only clear in hindsight. But that's what it looks like to me, and that's my expectation based on the Dixie's 4 to 5 year cycle that it's in of its own, which will only hopefully complement Bitcoin and crypto's market cycle too. Right, that'll do for now. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.